Jeffrey Clark. Disbarment looms following role in 2020 election effort. Background and role in the DOJ. Jeffrey Bossert Clark, a longtime Republican and Trump administration veteran, previously served as Assistant Attorney General in the DOJ's Civil Division and Environment and Natural Resources Division. In early 2025, he became the acting administrator of the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs at the Office of Management and Budget. During the aftermath of the 2020 presidential election, Clark became a central figure in Donald Trump's efforts to challenge the results. He drafted a controversial letter proposing that the Justice Department claim it had identified significant concerns regarding the election in Georgia and other states, even after DOJ leaders informed him that no evidence supported those claims. Disciplinary process and findings. On July 31, 2025, a Washington, D.C. disciplinary board, the D.C. Board on Professional Responsibility, issued its final recommendation that Jeffrey Clark be disbarred for gross ethical violations. A prior 3-member hearing committee had recommended a 2-year suspension with a fitness to practice requirement. However, the full board rejected that lesser sanction, citing the severity of Clark's misconduct. Findings of misconduct. The board concluded Clark had made intentionally false statements, continuing to push for false representations about DOJ's investigations even after being told the claims were baseless. Specifically, he advocated that DOJ claim it had found election irregularities that could have altered the outcome, despite explicit warnings from DOJ leaders Jeff Rosen and Richard Donahue that no such evidence existed. The board emphasized that lawyers must uphold the highest standard of honesty, and that Clark's efforts to pressure DOJ into issuing false statements warranted the ultimate sanction: disbarment. Immediate consequences. Clark has been placed under automatic suspension from practicing law pending a ruling from the D.C. Court of Appeals, which will decide whether to affirm or modify the recommendation within 30 days. His current position overseeing regulatory review at OMB remains in question, as the loss or suspension of his legal license may affect his authority in that capacity. Defense and disputation. Clark's legal team, and officials including OMB spokesperson Rachel Colley, have denounced the proceedings as politically motivated. Colley called it part of a deep state assault on Clark and those who stood beside Trump in defense of the truth. Clark's attorney argued that the discipline is based on thought crime, portraying the letter as a legitimate internal legal debate, not misconduct. Broader context. This recommendation mirrors disciplinary actions taken against other Trump-aligned attorneys following the 2020 election, including Rudy Giuliani, already disbarred, and others like John Eastman and Jenna Ellis, who face suspensions or ongoing proceedings. What comes next? The final decision now rests with the D.C. Court of Appeals, which has the authority to uphold or overturn the board's recommendation. If upheld, the disbarment would send a strong signal about the legal profession's intolerance for dishonesty, even among high-ranking government officials.